Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for September 9th, 10th, and 11th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, because this is the weekend, I am going to use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will pull a card from my Angels of Abundance with Doreen and Grant Virtue. And I will also pull one from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, for the overview, and remember, this is just the introduction if you're new here. Basically, down in the description, I have the timestamp where you can jump to your regular readings, but I do ask if you would watch the introduction at least one time, okay? But this is going to be the introduction that's tagged on to all of the videos. So you'll see this over and over again if you don't jump. Okay, so for the introduction, I will do a reading with my Waite Rider traditional and my Colette Baron read the Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. That means I open myself up to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, whoever that is you want to call, and I just ask for the guidance, and I ask for the words, and I ask for blessings for you, for me, and that the words be true and that they resonate with someone out there. Anyway, let's see what we've got going on with just the planetary movements. I do have this posted on my website, so you may want to look at that if you want to just kind of glance to see. Right now, because we do have Mercury going retrograde on the 10th. So as of the 10th, we will have 6 planets retrograde. Actually, the 9th, 10th. And that's going to be Jupiter, which is in Aries, Mercury, which is in Libra. Right now, we have Neptune in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn in Aquarius, and Uranus in Taurus. So we've got a lot of interesting energy. And Mercury goes retrograde really the evening of the 9th at 11:35 p.m., and that would be Eastern Standard Time. So 2 planets are direct right now. Mars, which is in Gemini, and it's going to be there for like 8-9 months, I think. And then we now have Venus in Virgo. So that, but those 2 are going direct. A lot of retrograde energy, and retrograde energy means a lot of digging up of the past, digging up of the present, and also a little bit of laying new foundations for the future. So what's going on the 10th? Let's go here. The 10th, again, Mercury is retrograde now, 8 degrees Libra. There is a full moon in Pisces, and that's at 17 degrees. Now, this is a really strong wishing moon. Pisces is your deepest desires, your deepest hidden wants. Now, you also need to know that the full moon is conjunct with Neptune, which is also in Pisces. Dreams, again, deep energies there. Remember, Neptune is retrograde, so really digging up maybe some old memories and old wants and thoughts. Now, the full moon is squaring Mars in Gemini. Now, squaring puts a little pressure. It's, there's some pressure put on the full moon. Mars in Gemini. Mars is the god of war. Gemini is the twins, and very much, very intellectual, very thought-provoking type of energy. And it's really putting some pressure on that full moon to deliver. And then on the 11th, we have the sun, which is in Virgo, trining, which is, again, a very positive energy with Uranus. And that is the, expect the unexpected, which is now retrograde in Taurus. So the 10th and the 11th have some really strange energies, very positive energies. Uranus and Mars is really making things maybe a little more unexpected. So you might, and Mars in Gemini is really pushing for things to be done. So interesting stuff with that. I did post the Schumann resonance for today. I don't post it unless I'm seeing something a little bit on the odd side, or unless it's in that really white zone. And this one today was in the odd zone. Okay, I don't know, does this break or something? It was just very odd energies going on. So take a look at that. Let me know what you think about it. So let's go on for this weekend. So that we do have the strong full moon with, Neptune being, what did I say it was, conjunct with Neptune? Anyway, with Neptune, which is in Pisces, it is a really strong wishing moon. So again, remember, the moon to me is not, I do not worship the moon, but I do look at it as a divine creation, and it does affect the earth. The moon cycles does affect the moon, does affect the earth. So it is one that, it's one of those times to release what's holding you back, relinquish what you don't need anymore, and request the good stuff. Okay? So release, relinquish, and request. You can start that like 3 days before, 3 days after. But it is a very strong, it is about wishes, it is about dreams, it is about wanting more in our lives. And that's always a good thing, especially everybody that's watching, you are light workers, you are stargazers, you are star seeds. So you wouldn't be here except that there's something calling you here. So interesting weekend energy that, and it's interesting even that, September, except that those planets are, there's pressure put on those planets that are retrograde, the planets are putting pressure on us, with the retrograde energy. It's almost like, I don't know, is there a game being set up? It just feels like there's an anticipation, there's a watchfulness, there's a wanting, and it just feels like there's a readiness being made. Okay. I did take the weekend off for answering comments, but, because I was kind of on the computer light, okay? I really wasn't on the computer every day, and that's where I answer my comments, but I was watching on my phone. It's just that it's not easy to answer you the way I want to answer you. So thank you for all those comments. I really enjoyed them, and I really appreciate all the support you give me with that. Okay, let's go on now. Let's see what we've got here. Remember, anything reversed to me has a really strong, like, hey, let's pay a little more attention to this. Not that we don't pay attention to the others. It's just this was kind of like I really want you to notice and take note of this message. Okay, let's see what higher power, God, Holy Spirit, wants to say. And again, you don't have to have the belief system that I do. Take what I say and just adapt it to your own language, okay? I do believe we were all placed in certain spots in order to keep people's vibrations very high. Right, so here we go. 1, 2, and 3. 3 cards. All of them are face down. Let's see, I should move this down just a touch. Here we go. Let's see what we have here. First card. This one's been coming up a lot, hasn't it? In the overview, in the what's going on in the universe. So we have that 4 of Pentacles. 4, again, stability, leadership, organization. We have the King holding his money closely, almost cherishing his money. There is the Pentacle, because Pentacles is earth energy, money energy, tangible energy. This is our Capricorn and our Taurus and our Virgo. Now, we are in Virgo season, but Virgo doesn't have a lot of planetary action except that it's got the sun in it right now. But, Uranus and Capricorn are, in that retrograde energy. So there is a lot of really holding your money dear, cherishing it in some ways, not necessarily putting it first for everything, but it is, guarding your money. There is a guarding energy right here. Thinking about money, there is money that's in that crown energy, but it is also crown. And remember, when we talk about chakras, the seventh chakra, from going from the bottom to the top, is the crown chakra. Now, so there's one thought that we can go with this, is that we're going to be thinking about money. It's going to be really kind of, very much in our minds, in our thoughts. But the other that I like to think, especially with the crown, is that crown chakra, and that there is a higher power that will be providing what it is we need. I have had many times in my life, I've gone through many ups and downs in financial cycles, and I know that it wasn't due to my wisdom at all, but I have been provided for. And then also we have the Pentacles under the feet. Now, I do find it interesting that, I don't know, is he wearing socks or is he wearing half boots? Let's say he's wearing half boots. But again, he's standing firm on his money. Or he's not standing, he's sitting. He's sitting, but the money again is underneath his feet. We have, I'm not quite sure where I'm going with that one just yet, but we have the city on the one side that has, has the colors in it. We have the city on the other that has the gray in it. Not sure where we're at with that either. So let's go on and we'll see. There is something about this, and I love to hear what you think about this. What you're thinking about this King of Pentacles, and he has been coming up. Not every overview reading, but he has been coming up a lot in our readings. So guarding money, thinking of money, protecting our money maybe even. But again, the crown, the fact that he has a crown, I am thinking that, we have to trust. We have to trust higher power to provide for us. Here we go. Next card is, we have that Two of Cups. Now, not so much with this card, but cup energy is our water energy. So that's our Pisces. We've got that full moon in Pisces right now. Scorpio, we have the South Node in Scorpio. So that's an interesting that's another type of video that I've not made. So there's a lot of past energy with Scorpio. It is Cancer energy. And that is fluid, it is romantic, very spiritual, very the feels, the good feels, the bad feels, the happy feels, the sad feels, okay? So it is, the cups, this is a two has choices, decisions, and it's also coming together energy here. And this one is generally the one that says, that people, you are coming together. You are joining together. You are sharing in something that is very spiritual and very major too. So here we go here. We have the cups. The cups are something that holds your fluids. We have the flowers around the man, and we have the olive leaves or the laurel around the woman. So there could be some, and then we have this, is that a griffin? I'm not very sure about that, but there is something that's very magical and mystical. Is that our sign for medicine? Not quite sure about that either. But there is a connection here. There is something about joining together and, keeping spirits light, but keeping spirits very, very, very loved. Okay, community. But could also be, if this was a individual reading, it could be twin flame, it could be soulmate energy too. Here we go. Our next card is, now we come to that Queen of Pentacles. Now the Queen, all of the court cards, and I like that I can say it now because I won't say it in the individual readings. All of the court cards have dual energies. The pages, underlying energy is Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, like I said. It is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, money, job, career. The Knight's underlying energy is fire or rod energy, and that is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Remember, Jupiter is still in Aries. Passionate, burning, very determined energy. Now we come to the Queen. Underlying energy is that water again. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Pisces is that full moon right now. Fluid, emotional, spiritual energy too. And then we come to the King, whose underlying, and that would be the King of Swords, whose underlying energy is air, which would be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra all have stuff going on. So does the earth energy too. Water has a little bit of going on, and fire energy only has, which is still quite big, the Jupiter in Aries going on here too. So the Queen, underlying is that water energy, but it's also overlying is that pentacle energy, that earth energy. The Queen wants to make sure that she is taken care of, but also that her people are taken care of. And she doesn't necessarily want to take care of them in just meager ways. She wants to make sure that their needs are such that they're not going to, want more, that they'll be satisfied. So the Queen of Pentacles The earth energy here, she's a very loving energy. She's a very providing energy. She is a very much, a queen that wants to just make sure that there's no, that the people aren't wanting. Okay, so we've got some interesting money energy going on here, but then we have that water energy going on too. So there is something about, making sure that our physical needs are being met, but at the same time, our spiritual needs are being met too. So it's an interesting weekend. It's an interesting dynamic for this weekend. Okay, let's go on now. The Colette Barrett, right? Colette Barron read. Let's see what the Good Tarot has for us. Let's see. Higher Power, what do you have here for us? Because I feel like there's a lot, there's a lot of masculine energy. There's a lot of feminine energy. It's a it is a balanced energy with all that's going on in that earthly and spiritual realm. So interesting here. Let's see. Let's see what we've got going. Okay, here we go. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I wasn't going to do 3, but I guess we're going to do 3. Here we are. Here we are. We only do 1, but let's do our 3, and let's see what we've got here. Next card. That's the King of Air. Remember I told you air energy, Aquarius, Libra, and Virgo, and Gemini energy. The king is very much a ruler. This king really, knows a lot. This is one that has experienced a lot, but he also rules with his head. He does not rule with his heart at all. Some people might say that he's a little bit cold-hearted with this, but he is somebody that says, we need to do what we need to do. So not necessarily warm and cuddly, but at the same time, not necessarily unjust either. There's a lot of justice with the King of Air. Okay, here we go. Next card. We have that 9 of Earth energy. So 9 is, let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. That earth energy is basically that same, the pentacle energy. So whatever this is going on, there's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of smarts with this. It may not necessarily be something that connects with our hearts. We might be feeling why, but then the answer is it's like, this is the way things are being done. 9 of Earth does say that you will have your needs met. And sometimes the 9 of Earth is about having some of your wishes met also. So here we go. Last card, the Page of Air. So it's interesting that we had, when we had the Queen of Pentacles, it has a combination between the Pentacles and the what was this? The water energy. So the Page of Air now has the earth energy, because remember, underlying is the page, and we have that air. So this does have and pages, very much so, they love they love new projects. They love to start on new things. They believe that they can get through a lot of these things. A lot of this could be something to do with a job. It could be a career. It could be just even a way of tangible life. However, we have that air energy. The air energy does say that there can be some challenges. The air energy does say that, it's not necessarily an easy route to go down. However, that page is very enthusiastic. That page wants to try. And so there's a lot of interesting stuff. Spiritual, earthly energies being met. Yet at the same time, we really need to be very, the world is basically being very concise, very strategic, very, this is the way, these are the steps that need to be happening, need to be taken place. Needs are being met, though it might be a bit of a challenge for this weekend. Okay, now, you know what I'm going to tell you. Please comment. Tell me what this means to you. And why don't we now, and remember, when you're looking at these and you're, like I said, jumping past the introduction, remember that many people cross-watch. They watch their rising, ascending, moon, Venus, Mars and Mercury. Okay? Please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. You keep my channel moving, and you keep me growing, and you keep me on air, and I really do appreciate that. So why don't we start our videos now? Hello, my Libras, and how are you doing? Well, Mercury, the night of the 9th Eastern Time, has gone retrograde in your season or in your energy. So a lot of times, things, past energies like to come and visit you during that time. So again, too, it's not necessarily a great time for you to make contracts or buy electronics, but I'm going to tell you, if you need to do it, then you need to do it, okay? And also, and there's so much other retrograde energy. There's a lot of things, a lot of dirt being dug up during this time. So let's see what we've got for my Libras. And I'm not saying you're dirt, my Libras, but you are always interested in, you kind of look at it a little bit. You kind of look at it, and it's interesting for you. Let's put it that way. You're always thinking. Here we go. Oh, now that card is supposed to be there. Don't know why it wasn't. There we go, and there we go. Hopefully I don't have any of the other mixed up in there. So let's see what we have here for my Libras. First card is, well, this is the Queen of Earth. So the Queen of Earth is that Queen of Pentacles that was in the beginning. Remember, underlying is water. Earth is our Capricorns, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn and Taurus have a lot of a lot of interesting stuff going on right now, with Pluto and Uranus. But then the Sun is in Virgo right now, so we've got a lot of this Earth energy. I do feel that there's a lot of protection over you. I do feel like the tangible protection is there too. So underlying water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, full moon. Get out there and really use that energy. But the Queen of Earth here, the Queen of Pentacles, I'm feeling financial protection. I'm feeling physical protection. I'm feeling tangible protection over you. I feel like the Queen of Earth wants everything to be right for you. And I feel like there's a lot of possibilities in that financial and tangible world waiting for you, maybe to start this weekend. So Mercury retrograde could be something very helpful for you in the physical realm. How's that? Thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So she is making things happen, though. She is making things happen. Next card is reversed. The Four of Earth. Now it's interesting because that is the Four of Pentacles. So you've got two cards from the beginning of the readings, okay, from the introduction. Again, 4 has that stability, leadership. It also has the organizational energy, earth energy again. There is this, there is a thing with the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles, about watching your money, being careful that you're not necessarily giving too much of it or that you're not giving enough of it. So there is a balancing act that needs to be done with that money. But the Four of Earth is also about giving of yourself. Are you giving too much of yourself, or are you not giving enough of yourself? So there is also, so just like the thing that you have to kind of remember is that your energies need to be guarded just as much as your money needs to be guarded. Think of your energies as currency. If you're giving too much energy to maybe one source and you're not necessarily keeping some for yourself, or if you're neglecting another source, so you're paying off one bill, but you're not even touching the other bill, and again, that could be with money or with your energies, things get out of balance. So the Four of Earth is here to kind of remind you to keep a balance with that, and to also guard your money, guard your energies, but also watch where you're giving too much and where you're not giving enough. Okay? So being too frivolous or too cautious with money. And think when I hear with money, especially because of Mercury and all that good stuff for you, my Libras, think of it as your energies too. Think of your energy as currency. good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So that's lovely. Next card is the Nine of Fire. Now this is the first, I believe this is the first fire energy to come up in the readings. I've done the earth readings. I am starting on your air readings now. So 9 does have that, let's wrap it up. Let's get things done. Fire energy is our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Very passionate, very burning, very determined. So whatever's going on with this, with these two cards, the Nine of Fire, and you know, I love her. I love this little lady. I look at her as the dragon slayer or the dragon tamer. Let's make her the tamer. Very controlled, very secure, and very confident in herself too. The Nine of Fire is just is basically telling you don't give up. I don't know, what is it that you're not to give up? You're maybe not to give up too much of your own energies, not to give up the path that you're on, not to give up on where you are going to. I don't know, but the Nine of Fire is do not give up and have faith and believe in yourself too. So don't give up, protect that which you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. So something, I don't know, but the Four of Earth does have a little bit of an imbalance with the energies right now. So you need to take care of yourself. What did it say? Protect that which you've created. Protect that which you've created, because some part of this, somebody might be trying to take that from you. And my Libras, you might be like, well, okay, fine, they need it more than I need it. Well, the Nine of Fire is saying, don't give up. No, protect it. Protect it. Protect it. Now, it might be that you might, maybe you need it now, maybe you don't need it now, but you will need it. So something to be protected. Now, could be your energies, it could be your money. Here we go. Let's see what we've got here with John Holland. John Holland. So here we go. Okay. We have a number 1. So we have a 491, a 194. 1 is a new beginning, new start. The base chakra is your sense of security, is the sense of feeling like everything is where it needs to be. The Queen of Earth wants to give you that sense of security. The Queen of Pentacles. The Four of Earth is again guarding some of your money, not necessarily holding too tight on it, but not holding too loose on it. But again, the base chakra, a lot of times the base chakra has a lot to do with your early childhood, which could be, that fear of being abandoned, the fear of being thrown out. There's a lot of fear that lives in the base chakra if the base chakra is not necessarily spinning the way it needs to be. If you grew up in a fear base, or if you've lived in some trauma, the base chakra, that chakra can be a little bit off. However, when it's not off, you can feel very secure in your choices. You can feel very secure in your future. You can feel very secure also in your spirituality. So something going on with that base chakra. I'll let you figure that one out a little bit, because sometimes it's sometimes it takes positive affirmation. Positive affirmation. I am loved. I am going to be okay. And many times I've had to work on my base chakra too. So sometimes we can have a little bit of a slippage with that too. So let's see what we have with the Angels of Abundance. So really, there's a lot of protection here for you. But while there might be some bigger protection, it's also you need to protect yourself. Protect whether that be your money or your energy, and you need to protect. Again, I get a lot of protection here. Okay, a lot of protection here. I feel like with the base chakra, you need to tell yourself it's okay for you to take care of yourself. It's okay for you not to spend money on someone else. It's okay. And it's also, sometimes it's okay to feel frightened, and then move, but you have to move through that fear. Okay? You have to move through that fear and then welcome the feeling of security too. So, you've got a complex one, my Libras. It's a complex weekend, but Mercury just went retrograde for you. Here we go. Let's see what we have here. This one is also reversed. Now, oh yeah, this one really goes with this. Visualize abundance in all forms. Okay. Let's see if you can read this. I don't know. Let's see. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. And that is what you will experience. Now, something about this also kind of reminds me. I was just saying this yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Whenever you're making food, if you're in a grumpy mood and you're making food, that grumpiness goes into your food. But if you make food and you're like, let this be a blessing, I feel good about this, I'm enjoying my time, that also goes into your food. I know, but I just did this. When I make my husband's coffee, I say, little cup of coffee, be blessed with love and happiness. But again, it's besides visualizing, it's speaking it into existence. And, if you hold steady a vision that is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. So just have to, what you put out there, my Libras, is more powerful than you even think. So visualize your abundance. Okay? Okay. Let's see what crystal or energy we have for my Libras here. Smoky Quartz dispels negative energy, home protection, earth connection, achieving career success. So visualize. Okay, and believe it. All right, so my Libras, please take a moment, comment, let me know. As always, now like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Always know, though, that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.